everybody, Joe Passion Unchained here. You're probably wondering what's going on with this new type of content. And to that I say, I'm doing stuff I like. I was inspired recently to make content for me and thus the people that like it, the people that are in line with the kind of stuff that I like. I've been doing more DIY stuff in my mind, but now I'm actually doing a DIY video. Today, I'm going to go to Goodwill, buy a big old thick book, and make a secret book compartment inside the book. Secret book compartments are something that I've seen and wanted to do for a long time on all the DIY websites. Whenever I'm bored, I go like, what kind of DIY thing do I want to do today? And I see this idea that pops up everywhere. It's a secret book compartment, but I never tried it. That's not totally true. I tried it the other day and did an okay job, but we're gonna do a better job, and I'm gonna do it here live. Well, not really live, pre-recorded, but I'm gonna record a video about this one, and I'm really excited about it. It was only $2.15 after tax. Chose this one because the hardcovers are a lot more expensive. They're like $20-something. This is the thickest soft cover I found. It's enough to hold some stuff. Maybe an extra phone. I have like a backup phone I could use. Hold this in, iPhone 7. Maybe some chargers, some coins, something. It's gonna be pretty cool. I'm real excited. Alright, so I got started here, put everything here, and got my Mod Podge. Mod Podge is the God's milk, by the way. It's freaking awesome. It can be used for so many things, including decorating the table you see there. Now, the reason that I put Mod Podge on the sides of the book is because it's awesome, and it holds it together while I cut the book. There's a lot of forces exerting on it, and if I did not do this, then the book would fall apart as I cut it. What you'll also see is I put lenses and heavy weights on top, and that is to keep the book all stable. I also blocked off the cover so the cover doesn't get stuck to the rest of the book with a piece of plastic. Measuring the book was simple enough. I just needed to make a consistent line around it, about equidistant from each side, leaving enough space for the structure of the book to hold itself together. I then took a little knife that I got somewhere and then upgraded it to a box cutter and cut out very carefully sheets of paper. You'll see later I got a lot less careful. I got pretty impatient. I actually used a specific power tool. You'll see that come up pretty quickly. It'll speed up here because it's taking way too long. There you go. Bringing out the big guns. This is my Dremel. Always safety first. Make sure you have hand protection and safety glasses. Unfortunately, the safety glasses I have are darkened, so I use a light to compensate for that. I do need to get clear safety glasses. So this attachment is a little overkill. It's used to cut even metal, and I decided to use it to get a little deeper, faster into the book. It actually burns the book. You'll see later I use the same attachment, and you'll see some smoke come off of it. But it helped me do the book a lot faster. Without that, it would have taken so long. I would have gotten very frustrated. But power tools like this help the process go a lot faster. Thank the Lord for technology. I'm drilling some holes here to see how far I can get. Also to make the corners a little easier to cut. One thing I keep noticing is as I cut the corners, they are the place that it's hard to cut exactly in each corner. So I'll cut near each corner and then I'll have to rip it and there'll be tears, little shreds of paper holding on in the corner. It kind of gets messy. So I decided to drill in the corner and that made it easier to have clean corners. It's pretty grueling. My hand got tired pretty quickly. I'm going back to the Dremel now. I actually opened up the back of the book here. It's getting pretty close to going all the way through, so I decided to drill some holes and see how close I was. Man, I love my Dremel. I love my Dremel so much. Yeah, you can see it went through there. This was the beginning of the end. Lights at the end of the tunnel. I was so excited. Time to bring it home. It's so hilarious using metal tools on paper. It's so overkill. It's like bringing a mini nuke to a knife fight. But hey, it's effective. By this point, my house is smelling like burnt paper. Thankfully, the smell has dissipated since. Still taking a bit longer than I wanted it to, so you'll see very shortly I'm going to make a decision. Right now, actually, I'm just drilling all the way through. I'm just going to make a bunch of holes in a square, kind of near the middle. Yeah, you see the smoke coming up, especially with this tool. I'm just brute forcing it at this point. Those holes are going through. And the drill bit's also sort of a routing bit. It's a little bit different than a normal drill bit. So I'm routing around between the holes to cut out the middle. I'm just sick and tired of cutting paper all day. You see how quickly that works. It's very messy, which is why I didn't do it near the edges, closer to the middle. Just tearing out paper. It's definitely overkill, but it sped up the process a lot. Almost all the way through. I was so excited here. There you go, look at it. Yeah, there's a lot that needs to be cleaned up, but it's all the way through now. Just tearing it up, using a box cutter to clean it up. And then, of course, the Dremel. This is the next day. This was over the course of 2 or 3 days. I think it was 3, but I'm not sure. Now I'm using some sanding tools to clean up the edges, make them as flat as possible. I could have spent more time on this. I didn't, but that's because, as you'll see soon, I'm going to cover it with a layer of fabric. I found the flywheel tool, this wheel of sandpaper flaps, was the most effective at flattening the edges, evening them out. And as you can see, even with the glue, there were some gaps that appeared in between the pages as I created it. So I needed to re-glue it. All the forces with the Dremel and the knives and etc. split the book. So I put a big huge weight on it, as you can see. And I'm taking it out and whoo, look how beautiful that looks. Look how pretty. It's almost done. Now the edges are a little bit worn, but nothing like, it's just like you'd have a paperback book in your backpack. It might get beat up a little bit. Nothing crazy. So here I am choosing the exact color I want, measuring it. Polish it up a little bit and make it look nice. Time to cut it out. Cut out a little extra. I always like to say, you can always cut more, you can't uncut. So I always like to err on the side of it being too big, so I can cut a little more. And put Mod Podge on both sides, on the book and on the back of the fabric. And then I put some Mod Podge on the brush and brushed it over, kind of saturated it with Mod Podge so it sticks together. Flattened it out, measured the sides. Those don't have to be exact. You can always cut more. You can never uncut. I'll put that on my tombstone. I prefer you not, but it is a thing I say a lot. Got some epic music for the last little bit. It's coming together. It's coming together. How excited are you about this? Are you excited? Remember to subscribe. More videos like this are coming. You won't want to miss it. Ooh, look at that. Look at that gorgeousness. Now it's just gotta dry and be perfected a little bit. Ooh. I put it under some weights again to even it out, just to make it look all nice and flat. And look at the finished product. Look how deep that is. Which is what she said, by the way. So pretty. So just for kicks, I decided to put my Kindle inside the book. And it doesn't fit too well, but it fits enough. I actually replaced that with some spare phones and some of my credit cards that I don't always use. But it's funny to put a book in a book.